Let's get things started off with a fantastic artist who has a wonderful voice and quite a finger-style talent. We are pleased to present to you our friend Richard Tyler Epperson. Oh, sir.
They say life is just too short. I never believed them, but now I understand. Last year, it feels like just 1 week. I closed my eyes, opened up, now here I am. Days go by, time, oh how it flies, and the memories keep flashing through my mind. All the tears we cried, through all the bumpy tides. I promised love, one day I'll fly before the hourglass runs dry. They say live for just one dream, but I got 3, 4, 5, 6, hell I don't know. I guess we only get one chance, we only have one life, so hold on tight, let's roll. To me there is only one of you, but there's 1,000 other boys like me, and we're still young, our time's not done. I promise love will be happy as long as you are by my side. Days go by, time, oh how it flies, and the memories keep flashing through my mind. All the tears we cried, through all the bumpy tides. I promise love, one day I'll fly before the hourglass runs dry. Before the hourglass runs dry, I promise I will be by your side before the hourglass runs dry.
Once again, Richard Tyler Epperson.
Like a lovely little game, you playing me just the same. Oh, like always, I wonder could it change? Like a spooky little dream, you speculate just what it means. Oh, like always, it always means the same. And love, I can only imagine your voice shouting down to me. Oh boy, you better make your choice, 'cause dreams, they are only what you make of them. So why don't you stop your like a mind that cannot think. My life can never seem to stay in sync. Oh, like always, I'm too afraid to blink, waiting patiently to shake, wondering how much more I can take. Oh, like always, my body seems to ache. And love, I can only imagine your voice shouting down to me. Oh boy, you better make your choice, 'cause dreams, they are only what you make of them. So why don't you stop your lies? Well, there ain't no need to pretend that you're alive. Like a man ridden with his shame, I feel I'll never ever be the same. Oh, like always, I'll always be insane.
Welcome back. Chatting with tonight's musical guest, who I think has the most distinguished moniker of any musical guest we've ever had on this program during my tenure. It's Richard Tyler Epperson. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you so much for having me.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Great work.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Do you, I'm always hesitant about the question about influences, because I don't want it to be telegraphing like, well, you sound like, or anything like that. But of course, we all stand on the shoulders of those before us. Who makes you really feel it?
You know, Beatles is always number one for me.
Really?
Paul McCartney, favorite musician. I've always been lucky enough to have a very musical family. My father and my brothers have taught me so much. You know, my grandpa was a professional jazz drummer. So anytime, you know, Nat King Cole, Johnny Mathis, anyone that came through Salt Lake, you know, back in the day, he would drum for him and stuff. And his father used to run a radio station here with his wife, and they wrote symphony music and stuff. So kind of been a long line. So influence.
You come by those genes, honestly.
Those
That's
genes
great.
are there. So, but Beatles always, when it comes to the main influence, they're everything. It's kind of funny when people always ask, they're like, oh, you know, who is your favorite musician? What do you do and stuff? And a lot of times it doesn't reflect on kind of what type of music you write.
Absolutely.
I love, you know, heavy rock. I love rap. I love all sorts of different stuff. A lot of times the type of music I play wouldn't be actually something I'd listen to that, you know, on a regular basis.
Right.
So it's always kind of a funny thing, but I always get compared to John Mayer and things like that. And I really love a lot of early John Mayer and things, but bunch of influences. Music,
of
that's
course.
what music is.
As we all do
Kind of
nowadays, we have so much access to so many different
It's there. It's so
kinds,
hard not
genres,
to
artists.
listen to everything.
For
Absolutely.
sure. So I guess we take it that you've been musical your entire life. Were you always playing guitar? Were you always kind of in this songwriter sort of mind?
No, you know, when I was younger, my first instrument was the bass. And I saw that because we were going to buy one of my brothers a guitar, and we went there with my dad, and he grabbed one of the old basses out and started playing that old 50s blues bass line, and
Nice.
I loved it.
You fell in love with
Loved
that,
it. And so what I ended up doing, I had all these old toys because I was about 12, and I used to collect the old Star Wars action figures. Went to the antique and pawn stores and sold all those and was able to get my first bass. And so bass was the main instrument. Moved on to piano when I got a little bit older, and when I was playing in bands with my brothers, and that's when I kind of started getting a little bit more guitar. Kind of after that, my always goal in life was to be able to write music for movies or film. I always I love sitting there with you get the keyboard out, get the string sounds, and get kind of the moody music going.
Right.
It wasn't until just recently, where the first album that I released last year, when I kind of just started, I'm like, I gotta learn how to sing. I can't be afraid. It's always so. Singing's funny. I can play music and I feel okay. The moment you try to sing, it's just so much self-consciousness, and you get the nerves, and you always feel you hear your voice back, and I'm like, I can't believe I sound that nasally. I can't believe that's. You hear it in your mind, and you're like, I sound pretty good. Then you sing it, and you're like, oh dear, what am I going to do?
Sure.
So I never really had the singer-songwriter mode, which I've been trying to get more into lately. But I think as I got older, doing things solo now, it's kind of progressed into that, a little change kind of my music style.
And do you feel more fulfilled because you're writing songs, because you're able to communicate in lyrics, your ideas, your feelings, all those kinds of things? Is it a more complete experience than just being the bass player guy in a cool band?
It's a hard thing to say on that, because I think I don't know, maybe it's my artist in me where you're never quite fulfilled. You keep wanting to do something else, and it always feels like there's always something more, there's always something better. I'm not doing this right, but doing the thing and starting to sing and doing more songs like that has been, really rewarding. It's made me a lot more confident, which is still only about that high when it comes to confident level. But
I have to say, for viewers out there, you contacted me. You did the marketing thing very well, very effectively. You presented yourself fantastically. So in that sense, it seems to me as though you may be worried about it, but you're doing the right things. I mean, you do have to put yourself out there. One last thing I wanted to ask you about is recording, because we talked a little bit about it, and you said that you do recording at home.
Yes.
Are you recording principal tracks at home and then going to a studio to mix and master, or are you doing everything at home?
I record all the instruments for the guitar, bass, pianos, sound effects, and things like that. And then what I do is usually I get an idea of the drums. Just have like a little electric drum kit. I am no drummer by any means, but I'll kind of mess around with kind of the feel of what I want. And then a studio drummer in Canada has been doing it just over line. He records the drums in his studio, sends them all the files over. It's crazy. The first album I had mixed in the UK, and the second album that I just released was mixed in Nashville. So with the internet opening up, there's so many options.
And for example, UK, how is that? Why is that? Is that somebody that you met online?
Someone I met online, and
wow, I love your stuff. I want you to.
I like
put
the
your
sound.
touch on.
You gave me a great deal. It was really hard with that first one. It's so overwhelming. You don't know what to do, and you're like, I have the first clue about how to make this into a CD, but I know I want to do these songs. And he was one of the guys that I really liked. He was really nice. I liked his style, and I could afford it at the time, and that was the thing. So that's why this next CD was mixed in Nashville, so it was a little bit more money, but the sound quality is a little bit better. So it just kind of depends on. You get out there, making a CD, making music's expensive. It's hard, so to try to make it as cheap as you can, because music is kind of that dream I have on the side. I still work full-time, day job and stuff, and so you gotta still pay the mortgage and everything. So it's kind of hard. You just kind of reach out to a lot of people and see what clicks you. I mean, millions of people out there, and everyone's kind of doing their own little thing, and you can kind of line, and it works really nice.
Absolutely, and you can find fans all across the world, because people can connect, whether it be your lyrics, your voice, or just the combination of things. Tell folks where they can find out more about your music online.
RichardTylerEpperson.com, or you can go on Facebook and search me up. Google, just anything. Just type Richard Tyler Epperson. Something should pop up and stuff.
And Epperson with 2 P's.
2 P's.
Yes. Excellent. Great to see you. Nice to meet you. Let's do this again, but you're going to do one more for us before we get out of here. Is that correct?
Yes. Great.
So
Thank
nice
you so
to
much.
meet you. Thanks, Richard. My friends, thank you for tuning in to the Mountain Views program here on Park City Television. Great to see Sarah Nibley again. We are back in the saddle. That's awesome. Of course, we'll be in the saddle again tomorrow night. Music from the city and the sky. We hope you'll tune in again at 6 and 11 p.m. Right now, we're on our way out. Once again, this is Richard Tyler Epperson. Buenas noches.
Buy you the life that you think you need, that you think you need. But I can promise you my life. You can have all of me. I'll give you everything. I said the money don't matter if we ain't got the love. Time don't mean much when it's all used up. So baby, say to me, 1,000 miles traveled, how about a few more? Hop in the car, away we roll where we need. So please fall on me. I need your love, I need your love. I said fall on me. I need your love. So come and lay with me all night and disappear from all we feel. I promise I will treat you right. Just hold on tight. Let's live the life. I said the money don't matter if we ain't got the love. Time don't mean much when it's all used up. So baby, I said to me, 1,000 miles traveled, how about a few more? Hop in the car, away we roll where we need. So please fall